Hey guys, welcome back to Where the Fuck Do I Grind Part 2. Right, so hopefully that first video helped you out, helped you get to level 15. This is going to go 15 to 25. I'm going to show you those spots. I didn't make 25 this weekend. I kind of got burnt out after like Sunday. I kind of just did a lot of PvP, which I'll have some videos on that, kind of laying out like how rough it is right now. Probably be releasing tomorrow. But anyway, so hopefully you made it to 15. If you didn't, no big deal. There's always next weekend, and there's a wipe coming that Steven did confirm. So don't burn yourself out too much. Have fun with it. All right, let's start with, you hit 15, and you're like, where do I go? Maybe you were at Hall's Adjudication. Maybe you grinded church all the way. Maybe you did, something else. Whatever you did, you're 15 now. And so you'll see a lot of things like Urson Caves. That's cool. There's a lot of groups there. Yes, there's a lot of bears. I just try to avoid it just because it is a hot spot. Or you'll see remnants. Remnants is very hot, a lot of people are going to come there. But there is a lot of mobs there now. Last weekend too, there was like nothing in there. There's like very few mobs, very crappy mobs to farm. This weekend, I don't know what they did, but they filled the place up. So you can have a lot of groups, like literally, like for instance, like I was in a building like this. Where was my building actually? I don't know. I don't want to get specific here, but let's say it was like a little building like this that had about three, four, about like eight mobs, but the spawns were so quick. We'd pull the top, go downstairs, pull the bottom, and then just like keep it going. Easy mobs, good XP, but that was just like one little building. You can see how much there is. There was like a group right outside our balcony, right over here, another eight guys grinding mobs, and then there was like groups here, groups here, groups here, groups here, groups here. Like there's so much space for it that you're not really competing, which is really nice. I will say drop wise, I only really saw tank gear, but I didn't grind a lot here. There were a lot of groups here, but I had like my dedicated group that I mostly grind with. We stayed over here at Estates. Now, Estates is generally like a lower level region, but there are some 3-star 15s in here that were just uncontested, giving us in our group like 3K a pop. We were running around this building. We were getting really good tank drops. I think we geared out like 3 different tanks in like full blues. From like whites, like they were just like blue chest, blue legs, blue weapons, blue everything but like shields. I think is like the only thing I didn't see drop for a tank. And then quite a few healer weapons. So healing longbows, magical longbows, magical short bows, wands, scepters. I saw some really good magic weapons dropping here as well. Not so much on for my ranger. I didn't see a single physical bow drop, and I think I only saw like one like physical greatsword drop that went to a fighter. Luckily, in here, so I wouldn't count on it if you're in the physical guys. But if you're in a group of buddies and you guys can just run laps around in here, it can go really quick. Friday we did like 15 to 18. It was like that. Obviously it was like 10 hours, but it felt like it was like that. So these are two really good spots to do. I will say that if you have a group and you want to go to another spot that's maybe not camped, this is like my go-to spot. Kind of fall back to like my backup plan. Now this isn't marked on the map, but on this island there's quite a few of these mobs, these like 3-star 18 or 17, 18, 19s over here. And they give quite a bit, and like give like 3K, 3,300 a pop here, and you can burn them down one at a time as your group gets better. If you're like 15, I suggest one at a time, but as your group gets better, maybe you have some 17 18s in there, you can start pulling like the cleric and the marauder and the rangers all together. You can pull all 3 marauders together. It just depends on how good your group is. There is a arcanist in here. Hopefully I'm saying that right. the fire mage, so he's going to throw a fireball at somebody, and it's pretty much a one-shot mechanic. You need to trip them, you need to interrupt them, either do the cleric silence, fighter's got to trip them during that, what can I think, a slam from a tank, and a stun from a cleric if you got the chain stun. Now those take some time to go off, so you got to kind of anticipate it. It's kind of a fast cast. That being said, if you got like a mage too, mage pops its bubble, you can tank it. I did do like a full DPS group over here where we had like 9 DPS and a cleric, and the mage was tanking it because he had that bubble. So he was able to pull stuff, and we were able to just burn it down super fucking quick. Especially if there's a cleric in there, that's kind of like your mana break. You can do auto attacks. We didn't have a bard, so again, like if we were just kind of like saving our big cooldowns and all of our stuff for the fire mages, and then just slowly, trickling in DPS on marauders and rangers, and then on clerics is basically just like kind of auto attacking. They don't have a lot of XP or anything, but you can run routes in here, so the route will go. There's like 3 mobs here around this caravan. There's 2 mobs here, and then there's 3 mobs over here, and it's not very far to trek. You kind of do a clockwise or counterclockwise, however you want. This is kind of like a secret spot. It's a good spot to be. You might find other people. Now there are these mobs over in here the same. So if there's a group over here and you want to test it out, there's also some up in here, but this is like the key spot of this region for farming those. And it's not laggy. You're still like west of Steel Bloom, which I will say this weekend again held true. East of Steel Bloom, you could like cut Steel Bloom in half and go east, and depending on where you are on the map, it was laggy as fuck. It sucks. So I try to do all my grinding on the west. That's why you'll see like a lot of my personal spots are over here. I didn't do Highwayman. I didn't do Oak Vein Keep, things like that. I didn't do East Steel Bloom. So, hopefully they get it fixed. But if you're lagging over there, come to one of these spots over here. That being said, we'll move over here to Steel Bloom. So you'll see a lot of groups for grinding in here, and Steel Bloom itself can be hit by the lag. It can be avoiding the east lag. It's just kind of feel it out. You'll get level 20 drops in here, which is nice. So you can hold on to those till you hit that level 20 and have some gear. I didn't grind this that much. Came here with a group, but I was like 19 and they were like in their 23, so we didn't see any. I think the way the gear drops, I don't think they've officially said anything. I haven't read anything, but like 4 levels is too much of a disparity. You have to be within 3 levels of each other. So you can definitely grind out some XP in here though. It's just a lot of marauders, clerics, and then like bears and shit like that. So nothing too hard. Just kind of pick a spot and go at it. This can carry you to 20. This can carry you to 20. Seth. Oops, sorry. Ooh, where did my map go? Sorry about that. Seth can carry you to 20. Over here, just like 18. You don't want to spend it. This isn't going to carry you to 20. But so 1, 2, 3. I think bears can probably carry you to 20. I don't do bears just because there's too many people and they don't drop any loot. Doesn't. Besides XP, that's all they give. Going into that, if you have a smaller group, let's say this will be very dictated on like if you're trying to grind out like that last level, that last half a level from like 19 to 20, there is a small patch of goblins right in here where this heat signature is. You can grind it out there. Now these are just a bunch of 1-star goblins in here. They do drop gear, but fuck, do they respawn quick? There's some 2-star like flayers in here. You can grind it out, and this can be effective for like a 4-man group. You guys can really grind it out in here. This doesn't need to be an 8-man group. So if you got a group of buddies like really trying to get that last level, go for it. Now you might get some competition because this is also a gearing spot. This does drop level 20 gear and it's fairly easy. So keep that in mind. You might have some competition over there. From 25, you might see some higher level guys over there. If you're still trying to get XP, we'll go over here to Carfin. Carfin is really good. This is really, really good XP, like 5K a mob in an 8-man group. trick with the Carfin is make sure you have a group that's going to last a long time. You don't want to have a guy that's going to drop out in an hour and then have to come out of Carfin to get the new guy and come back in, and have to do that in an hour when the next guy leaves. It's just be like, guys, let's get a commitment here. Let's get in there. Let's grind. You can pop out that 19 to 20. You can grind that out in like 2 hours, like 3 hours maybe. That's a lot of XP. That's 1.3 million XP. And the respawns are quick in here. The key with this is to avoid. You really want to avoid the thaumaturges. So really hard to kill, lots of health. They spread that AOE spit. They're just kind of fucking annoying. And the zombies. You want to focus down the knights. You want to focus down the war mages. Those are like your main targets in there. Anything that's not a zombie basically is what your kill targets are. So you want to find an area in here where you can avoid those, pull in the other things, and just murder those down. They are going to drop gear. We saw all kinds of shit here. I don't think I saw a physical bow again, but I did see like just about every other piece of gear drop for every other class. So this is a good place to be. Lots of good XP, and this can keep going. This is not just this can be easily like a 20, easily up to like 21, 22 over here. Going on from that, let's go. Let's say you've hit level 20. You're gonna see a lot of desert groups and tropic groups. So these are your 20 plus groups. You got to be 20 over here. These are like level 28, 29 mobs. Also up here, level 28, 29 mobs. And I think even up here at Great Peak, there's that's like a level 20 plus zone up here. Now keep in mind when you enter these two areas, you are purpled up. So it doesn't matter. People can attack you, no penalty kind of deal. They're not going to get corrupt from it, which is cool. It's kind of like the wilderness if you played old school RuneScape. I love it. It's great. Now you're gonna find minotaurs, scorpions, beetles, things like that over here. And tropics I didn't go to. I gotta know what that is. Let me see if I got a thing for that. Um, Goblins, I guess. Yeah, goblins and like lizards and shit. Yeah, okay. So yeah, up here in the tropics, and I think that's what these heat signatures are. I guess this map tracks this thing. I don't remember how this happened, but yeah, up in here. So this is kind of a giveaway. I'm sure these islands are where you want to be in this area. Um, again, these are 20 plus. I would maybe try to stick out Carfin if you have a really good group. I think I'm going to go back there maybe at least until like 21 or 22 if the XP is good, and then hit one of these spots just because it's going to make it easier. Not so much like gear wise. I know I'm pretty fucking screwed on gear as a ranger. Like I just don't see it that much, but at least the levels, the health, all that stuff will help a little bit. So yeah, I will mark this out for you guys. On my map, I don't know how to get rid of these heat signatures. I think I have a map saved, so I'll do a little like codex thing again. Hopefully it helps you guys out. If you have questions, drop them. Hopefully your grinding's going good. Don't burn yourself out. There is a wipe coming. Steven did confirm that on Pirate Software or something's stream. And also keep in mind that they did announce that they did mess up the loot drops. So when they changed the XP tables, they messed up the loot drops to where, so basically the more XP that you get from a mob, the better chance it is to dropping loot. Well, I guess somehow that got mixed up when they nerfed the XP. It also nerfed the loot drops or something like that. So that's probably why you didn't see a lot of loot. Hopefully that gets ironed out so next weekend some people can get some gear. Because me personally, on my level 20, I'm still rocking like vendor white gear. Does not feel good. Like majority of my slots are like vendor gear, just like not even like losing rolls, but just straight up like they're just nothing is dropping for like no agility gear, no medium armor. Everything's heavy armor, and everything's like spellcaster And I don't even see a lot of spellcaster armor. I'm seeing a lot of spellcaster weapons, but it just doesn't feel good. I know a lot of people are rocking like vendor white gear, and it's like, this is kind of gross, guys. Kind of gross. Not a good feeling when you're spending 100+ hours in a playtest to not even have a green in there, like a level 10 green. Um, Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let me know how it's going for you guys. Let me know if these spots help you out. Again, I did, this is my secret spot here. I will go back to that, if for that 15 to 20, you can grind that out here. If you're having a slow night and can't find a good group, bring them here. Okay, this is kind of dummy proof over here, honestly. Anyways, guys, hope you all have a good one and good luck out there.